Chosen one, listen closely. You did not click on this video by accident. The algorithm did not bring you here. God did. There are no coincidences in the kingdom, only divine appointments. And right now, at this exact second, you have been guided here because a shift is happening in your spirit. Can you feel it? Pause for a moment. Take a deep breath. Do you feel that heavy pressure in the atmosphere lately, like something is about to break? That isn't anxiety, my friend. That is the sound of a new power arriving. For years, you have been the underdog. You have been the one who gives and gets nothing back. You have been the black sheep who was misunderstood by your own blood. But I am here to tell you, the season of suffering is over. The season of power has begun. God is not just healing you, He is rewarding you. He is entrusting you with a spiritual weapon that the world has never seen before. This is a secret that has been hidden from the masses, but it is being revealed to you today. If you are ready to leave the pain behind and step into this new authority, I want you to make a spiritual agreement right now, like this video, to signal to the universe that you are open to receive. Subscribe to join the thousands of other chosen ones who are waking up beside you, and type "I am ready" in the comments to break the chains of the past. Let us begin. Let me speak to your spirit. I know exactly where you have been standing for the last few months. You have been standing in a place of deep, confusing exhaustion. I am not talking about the kind of tired that sleep can fix. I am talking about a soul-deep weariness. You wake up in the morning and you still feel heavy. You look at the world around you and everything feels strange, distant, almost fake. You go to work, you talk to your family, you smile when you are supposed to smile, but inside you feel like you are watching a movie that you are no longer part of. You have asked yourself, what is wrong with me? Am I depressed? Am I losing my mind? Why does everything feel so difficult? Let me validate you right now. You are not crazy. You are not depressed. And you are certainly not weak. What you are experiencing is not a breakdown. It is a breakthrough. You are currently in the middle of a massive spiritual download. Think about your phone or your computer. When the operating system needs a major upgrade, what happens? The device slows down. It heats up. Sometimes it shuts off completely and refuses to work for a while. Why? Because the new software is too powerful for the old configuration. It has to restructure everything deep inside the motherboard before it can run the new program. Chosen one, you are that vessel. The power God is about to pour into you is so ancient, so heavy, and so holy that your physical body had to slow down to integrate it. That fatigue you feel is your spirit stretching to hold more light. That ringing in your ear is your frequency adjusting to a higher dimension. The Bible speaks of this specific preparation. In the book of Jeremiah, chapter 1, verse 5, the Lord says, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. I appointed you as a prophet to the nations." Notice the order. He knew you. Then He set you apart. Being set apart is not comfortable. Being set apart feels like loneliness. It feels like rejection. But it is actually protection. This brings us to the second sign that this new power is activating within you, the great separation. Look at your life over the last 6 months. Have you noticed people disappearing? Maybe a friend you have known for 10 years suddenly stopped calling. Maybe a relationship you fought so hard to keep just crumbled into dust for no logical reason. Maybe you have felt a sudden, intense urge to isolate yourself, to stay in your room, to lock the door and just be silent. The world calls this isolation. But in the kingdom, we call this the cocoon phase. You see, a caterpillar does not just grow wings while it is crawling on the ground. It has to stop. It has to wrap itself in a cocoon. Inside that cocoon, the caterpillar completely dissolves. It literally falls apart before it reconstructs itself into a butterfly. If you were to cut open a cocoon halfway through the process, it would look like a mess. It would look like death. That is where you are right now. God has hidden you. He has pulled you away from the noise, away from the drama, and away from people who drain your energy. Why? Because you cannot carry the old dead weight into your new season. There are people who are attached to your history who cannot handle your destiny. If they stayed, they would inadvertently sabotage the power God is giving you. So God removed them. It hurt. I know it hurt. You cried tears that nobody saw. You wiped your face and walked out of your room pretending everything was fine, because you have always had to be the strong one. You have always been the pillar for everyone else. But God saw those tears, and He says today, I did not remove them to hurt you. I removed them to hide you. Listen to the promise in Isaiah chapter 40, verse 31. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. We love to quote the part about soaring like eagles, but we forget the part about renewing strength. To renew means to exchange. You are trading your limited human energy for limitless divine power. That exchange requires solitude. So, if you are feeling lonely right now, flip the script. Stop seeing it as rejection. Start seeing it as consecration. You are in the dark room of the photographer. The dark room is where the image is developed. If you open the door and let the light of the world in too soon, the image gets ruined. God is developing the image of His power in you, and He needs the door to stay shut for just a little while longer. I want you to check in with your body right now. Do you feel a heat on the back of your neck? Do you feel a tingling in your hands? That is your confirmation. Your spirit is recognizing the truth of these words. Your soul knows that you are not rejected. You are reserved. The world has treated you like you are invisible. They have overlooked you. They have underestimated you. They looked at your kindness and mistook it for weakness. They looked at your silence and thought you were foolish, but they made a fatal mistake. They did not see who was standing behind you. They did not see the lineage of spiritual warriors flowing through your veins. You see, chosen one, you are what we call a cycle breaker. You were born into your family specifically to end a war that has been going on for generations. Look at your family line. Do you see the patterns? Poverty, addiction, divorce, anger, depression. It repeats and repeats. But then you were born. And from the moment you took your first breath, the enemy panicked. Why? Because you are different. You never fit in with them, did you? Even as a child, you felt like an alien in your own house. You looked at your family and thought, I love them, but I am not like them. That is because your DNA is different. You carry the frequency of liberation. The power that God is rewarding you with is the power to shatter those generational chains once and for all. But here is the secret that most people miss. And this is why so many chosen ones fail right before the finish line. They mistake the relief for the victory. Right now, as you listen to me, you might feel a sense of peace washing over you. You feel understood, you feel validated, and that is good. But I must warn you, this feeling of relief is dangerous if you stop here. This is what we call the false summit. Imagine you are climbing a mountain. You see a peak ahead, and you think, I made it. You climb up, exhausted but happy, only to realize that what you thought was the top was just a small ledge. The real mountain, the massive, towering peak of your true destiny, is still looming above you, hidden in the clouds. Many of you are sitting on the ledge of relief. You are happy just to know you are not crazy. But God is saying, do not get comfortable on the ledge. I did not bring you this far just to make you feel better. I brought you this far to make you dangerous. The enemy is not afraid of a healed chosen one. He is afraid of an armed chosen one. And the power I am about to reveal to you is your spiritual weapon. It is the tool that will take you from the ledge of relief to the peak of dominion. But before we can put this weapon in your hand, we have to talk about the one thing that has been blocking it. There is a specific blockage, a hidden mechanism in your reality that has been draining your power every time you get close to a breakthrough. Have you ever noticed that right when things start going well, something breaks? Your car breaks down, an unexpected bill arrives, a sudden argument happens out of nowhere. It feels like clockwork. That is not bad luck. That is a program. And in the next few minutes, we are going to dismantle that program together. But you need to understand that what comes next requires courage. We are about to go deeper than just validation. We are going to perform spiritual surgery. If you are still with me, if you are still listening, it is because your spirit is hungry for the meat, not just the milk. You want the real power. You want the authority to command your reality, not just survive it. Prepare yourself. The atmosphere is shifting again. We are moving from the diagnosis to the cure. And the cure begins with understanding the true nature of your origin. You have been told you are human, but that is only half the story. You are a spiritual hybrid. You are a citizen of heaven, currently deployed in an earth suit. This is why you have felt that deep, aching homesickness your entire life. You look at the sky and feel like you want to go home, even though you do not know where home is. That is because your spirit remembers a realm that your brain cannot comprehend. The world calls you a black sheep because you disrupt the status quo, but I call you a system buster. The systems of this world, the family systems, the corporate systems, the religious systems, are built on compliance. They are built on keeping people asleep. But you carry a frequency that naturally wakes people up. When you walk into a room, the atmosphere changes. Have you noticed that? You do not even have to speak. You just sit there, and suddenly people start acting differently. Some people get nervous, some people get angry for no reason, and babies or animals will stare at you. This happens because your energy field is vibrating at a rate that threatens the low vibrations of the matrix. You are not just a person. You are a walking broadcast tower of divine light. This brings me to the strangest symptom of your power, one that you might have dismissed as just a coincidence. Let's talk about the glitches. I want you to think about your relationship with technology lately. Have you noticed that your phone freezes more than anyone else's? Do light bulbs tend to flicker or burn out when you are emotional? Does the Wi-Fi drop exactly when you are trying to send an important message? Or maybe batteries drain instantly when you hold them? Listen to me. That is not bad luck. That is not cheap electronics. That is bioelectrical interference. Your internal energy, the power God is rewarding you with, is increasing in voltage. The physical world around you, especially sensitive electronics, cannot handle the surge of your electromagnetic field. You are literally blowing out the fuses of your environment because you are running too much power through a system not designed for it. The Bible speaks of this distinct nature in 1 Peter, chapter 2, verse 9. But you are a chosen people, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, God's special possession. that you may declare the praises of him who called you out of darkness into his wonderful light. The phrase special possession in the original Greek implies something that is acquired for a specific, unique purpose. You are a specialized instrument, and right now that instrument is humming so loudly that it is shaking the walls of your reality. But here is the danger. Because you did not know what this was, you thought something was wrong with you. You tried to suppress it. You tried to dim your light to make others comfortable. You tried to fix the glitch by becoming smaller. Stop that immediately. You cannot fix a divine surge by shrinking. That is like trying to stop a volcano by putting a lid on it. If you suppress this power, it will turn inward. It will manifest as anxiety, as inflammation in your body, as autoimmune issues. Your body is attacking itself because it has all this energy with nowhere to go. So, what do? We do not suppress, we regulate. I am going to give you the first key of authority right now. This is a mental protocol that you can do right where you are. You do not need to stand up. You do not need to close your eyes if you do not want to. I want you to visualize your chest area, right where your heart is. Imagine that inside your chest there is a golden dial, like a volume knob on a stereo. Right now, your dial is stuck on maximum. That is why you are exhausted. You are broadcasting at full volume to people who do not deserve your frequency. You are leaking power. In your mind, I want you to see your spiritual hand reaching out and touching that dial. It feels warm. Now, gently, without force, turn the dial down from a 10 to a 4. Do not turn it off. Just turn it down to stealth mode. Take a breath as you do it. Inhale, and as you exhale, see the dial turning down. Feel your aura pulling in closer to your skin. You are still powerful, but now you are contained. You are no longer spilling your energy onto the floor for everyone to step on. Say this silently in your mind. I am the keeper of my gate. I decide who gets my light. This is the power of stewardship. God cannot trust you with the massive reward coming your way if you leave your front door wide open 24/7. This simple act of turning down the dial is you telling the universe, I value my power enough to protect it. When you master this, the tiredness will vanish, the electronics will stop breaking. Why? Because you are no longer short-circuiting your environment, you are channeling the flow. And once you stop leaking energy, something incredible happens. You get your sight back. This leads us to the specific nature of the reward. The title of this message promised you a power the world has never seen. Let's define it. It is not just the ability to manifest money, although that is a byproduct. It is not just health. The power is absolute discernment. The world is built on lies. People lie to you. The news lies to you. Even your own mind lies to you sometimes. But the gift God is downloading into you right now is the ability to see the naked truth behind the mask. Have you had moments recently where you looked at someone, maybe a celebrity, a politician, or even a neighbor, and suddenly, for a split second, their face looked different? Maybe it looked distorted, or dark, or just empty. It scared you, didn't it? You blinked, and they looked normal again. You thought your eyes were playing tricks on you. They were not. That was your spiritual X-ray vision kicking in. God is removing the veil from your eyes. He is allowing you to see the spirit operating behind the person. You are seeing the wolf before it puts on the sheepskin. The scripture confirms this in 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 10. The Spirit searches all things, even the deep things of God. For who knows a person's thoughts except their own spirit within them? In the same way, no one knows the thoughts of God except the Spirit of God. You have the Spirit of God inside you. Therefore, you have the search engine of heaven. You can scan a person and know their intentions before they speak a single word. This is why you have been feeling that sudden, irrational nausea around certain people. You call it a stomachache. I call it a warning bell. Your solar plexus is your second brain. It is picking up on the toxic intent of the person next to you. In the past, you ignored that feeling. You told yourself to be nice. You told yourself not to be judgmental. And what happened? That same person ended up betraying you, exactly as your gut warned you they would. The days of ignoring your gut are over. The reward is this. God is turning up the volume of your intuition so loud that you cannot ignore it. He is giving you the tactical advantage of knowing the end from the beginning. But this power comes with a serious threat. And this is the part where we must be very sober. When you turn on a light in a dark basement, what happens? The rats scatter, the roaches run. But if the light is too bright and there is nowhere to run, the rats will attack. There is an invisible enemy that has been watching you. I am not trying to scare you. I am trying to arm you. You have wondered why your life has been so hard. You have wondered why, no matter how hard you try to be good, bad things keep happening. It is because you are a threat. The enemy does not attack empty houses. He only attacks the house that is full of treasure. The level of warfare you have faced is the proof of the level of reward you are carrying. If you were empty, the enemy would leave you alone. He would not waste his ammunition on a target with zero value. But he has thrown everything at you. He has attacked your finances. He has attacked your health. He has attacked your mind with thoughts of giving up. Why? Because he sees what you are about to step into. He sees the mantle of authority descending on your shoulders, and he is terrified. He knows that once you realize who you really are, his game is over. He knows that one prayer from an awakened chosen one can undo 10 years of his work. So, he has one strategy left, and it is the most deceptive strategy of all. It is not a direct attack. It is a distraction. Right now, as you are getting closer to your breakthrough, the enemy is sending distractions disguised as opportunities. He is sending people who look like friends but are actually spies. He is sending good offers that are designed to keep you from the God offer. We need to talk about the Trojan horse. In ancient times, the Greeks could not break down the walls of Troy, so they left a giant wooden horse as a gift. The Trojans dragged it inside their gates, thinking they had won, but inside the horse, the enemy was waiting. There is a Trojan horse sitting outside your gate right now. It might be a person, it might be a job, it might be a bad habit that comforts you. It looks like a gift, it looks like relief. But your new power, your discernment, is whispering to you. It is saying, something is off. Listen to that whisper. In the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 11, verse 14, it warns us. And no wonder, for Satan himself masquerades as an angel of light. He does not come with horns and a pitchfork. He comes with compliments. He comes with easy money. He comes with a relationship that moves too fast. You need to know how to scan these gifts. You need to know how to use your spiritual X-ray to look inside the horse before you open the gate. I am going to teach you how to do that. But first, we must deal with the noise. The enemy loves noise because God speaks in a whisper. If your life is loud, loud music, loud friends, loud thoughts, you will miss the warning. This is why the next phase of your upgrade involves a weapon that looks like weakness to the world, but is actually the most aggressive form of warfare in the universe. It is the weapon of silence, not just being quiet. I am talking about strategic silence, the ability to seal your lips when every bone in your body wants to scream, the ability to withhold your plans from people who are not qualified to hear them. You have been leaking your future. You have been telling your dreams to dream killers. You have been showing your pearls to swine, and you wonder why they turn and tear you to pieces. That stops today. The power God is giving you requires a security clearance. Not everyone in your life has the clearance level to know what God is doing in your private time. We are going to reset your boundaries. We are going to establish a perimeter around your spirit that no devil can cross. But to do this, we have to address the bloodline. The war did not start with you, it started with your ancestors, and the reason the enemy feels he has the legal right to attack you is because of a door that was opened generations ago. You are the one chosen to close it. You are the anomaly in your bloodline. You are the glitch in the matrix of your family history. Have you ever wondered why you have to fight so hard for things that come easily to others? Why you have to battle for your peace, battle for your finances, battle for your sanity? It is because you are standing at the gate. Imagine a river of trauma, addiction, poverty, and divorce flowing down from your great-grandparents to your grandparents to your parents. It is a toxic sludge of unhealed wounds. It flowed easily until it got to you. And then it hit a wall. You are the wall. You decided, consciously or subconsciously, that the dysfunction stops with you. You said, I will not pass this pain to my children. I will not live in lack like they did. I will not accept this bitterness. Because you became the dam that stopped the river, you feel the immense pressure of the water pushing against you. That pressure is what you call stress, but heaven calls it strength. The enemy is attacking you so fiercely because he knows that if you break, the river continues. But if you hold, the river dries up. You are doing the heavy lifting for generations past and generations future. It is unfair, yes, but it is also an honor. God trusted you with the hardest assignment because he gave you the strongest spirit. The Bible confirms your role in Galatians chapter 3, verse 13. Christ redeemed us from the curse of the law by becoming a curse for us. You are walking in the footsteps of Christ. You are absorbing the curse so that your lineage can receive the blessing. You are the portal through which the curse is broken. But you cannot fight this battle if you are constantly giving away your ammunition. And this brings us to the most critical adjustment you must make today. We need to talk about your mouth. There is a concept in spiritual warfare called intel. In the military, you never reveal your coordinates to the enemy. If the enemy knows where you are and what you are doing, he can intercept you. For years, you have been giving the enemy your coordinates. How? By oversharing. You get excited about a new idea, a new job, or a spiritual revelation, and you run to tell a friend or family member. You want them to celebrate with you. You want them to understand you. But instead of support, you get a blank stare or a sarcastic comment. Or they ask a million doubts disguised as questions. And suddenly, your excitement dies. The project fails. The job offer falls through. Why? Because you cast your pearls before swine, and the spirits operating in those people trampled them. Listen to me carefully. Not everyone around you is praying for your success. There are entities called monitoring spirits. These spirits use people, often people close to you, to gather information about your destiny so they can set traps. When they ask, so, what are you planning next? They do not care about your plan. They are fishing for intel. Proverbs chapter 13, Verse 3 warns us clearly. Those who guard their lips preserve their lives, but those who speak rashly will come to ruin. The word ruin here is not accidental. It means the destruction of your potential. From this moment on, I want you to adopt the strategy of the submarine. A submarine runs silent and runs deep. It does not surface until it is ready to fire. You must build in the dark. If you are writing a book, tell no one. If you are starting a business, tell no one. If you are praying for a miracle, keep it between you and God. There is a supernatural power in secrecy. When you keep a dream inside, the energy builds up. It creates a spiritual pressure cooker. That pressure is necessary to launch the manifestation. But the moment you talk about it, you release the pressure valve. The steam escapes. The power dissipates. I want to give you a tool to handle this, because I know it is hard. You are a truth teller by nature. You want to be open. Holding things in feels unnatural to you. You might feel a tightness in your throat right now just thinking about keeping secrets. Let's perform a mental surgery to fix this leak. I want you to imagine that inside your mind there is a heavy steel vault. It is thick, impenetrable, and gold-plated. This is God's safe room inside your soul. Now, think of that one big dream you have, the one thing you want more than anything else. Maybe it is financial freedom. Maybe it is a spouse. Maybe it is a healing. In your mind, take that dream and wrap it in white linen. Visualize yourself walking over to the steel vault. Open the heavy door. Place the dream inside. Now, close the door. Hear the loud clank as it shuts. Spin the lock. Say this in your mind. It is sealed. It is safe. It is cooking. Whenever you feel the urge to tell someone about it, visualize the vault. Remind yourself, if I open the door, I spoil the process. I will let the results make the noise. This practice of silence does two things. First, it blinds the enemy. He cannot destroy what he cannot find. If he does not know you are applying for that promotion, he cannot send distractions to block it. You move like a ghost through the matrix. Second, and this is where we shift from defense to offense, silence prepares you for the ultimate weapon, the decree. We are moving into the offensive part of your arsenal now. You have learned to stop the energy leak. Now you must learn how to direct that energy to destroy obstacles. The power God is rewarding you with is the power of manifestation through the spoken word. But this is not the manifestation you see on social media. This is not about wishing upon a star. This is about kingly authority. In the book of Job, chapter 22, verse 28, it says, "You will also decree a thing, and it will be established for you, and light will shine on your ways." Notice the word decree. A king does not ask. A king decrees. When a king speaks, his words are law. Reality must rearrange itself to fit his command. Because you are a chosen one, your voice has a different frequency than others. When you speak with authority, angels are dispatched. But you have not been using this power because you have been using your mouth to complain instead of command. You have been describing your situation instead of defining it. You say, "I am so broke." You just decreed poverty. You say, "I am always sick." You just decreed illness. You say, "They will never let me succeed." You just decreed failure. Your words are containers. They carry life or death. Up until now, you have been inadvertently cursing your own life because you were just repeating what you saw. But the new power requires you to speak what you do not see until you see it. This brings us to the power of the I am. Whatever follows the words I am will come looking for you. If you say, I am tired, exhaustion comes running. If you say, I am old, aging accelerates. But if you say, I am the head and not the tail, authority comes running. If you say, I am overflowing with resources, opportunity comes running. I want to teach you a technique called the override. The next time a negative thought enters your mind, for example, the thought, I cannot afford this, I want you to treat it like a glitch in a computer program. Do not accept it. Immediately, in your mind or under your breath, issue an override command. Say, cancel. That is not my reality. I am a magnet for kingdom wealth. It might feel silly at first. Your current reality might look the opposite. But remember, you are a system buster. You do not report to the reality of this world. You report to the reality of the kingdom. By speaking the opposite of what you see, you are overriding the code of the matrix. You are hacking the simulation. This is why the enemy tries to keep you depressed. A depressed mouth is a silent mouth, or worse, a complaining mouth. If he can keep you complaining, he keeps you in chains. But the moment you stand up in your living room, in the middle of the mess, and declare, I am victorious, the atmosphere cracks. The demons in the room tremble because they recognize the sound of the Lion of Judah roaring through your vocal cords. You are not just a survivor, chosen one. You are a creator, but there is a catch. This power of manifestation works fast, and because it works fast, it will start to remove things from your life that do not align with your new decrees. This brings us to the most painful part of the process, but also the most necessary. We have to talk about the great subtraction. As you start to use your voice to command your destiny, your vibration creates a shock wave. This shock wave is going to hit your social circle. It is going to hit your workplace. And anything that is not bolted down by truth is going to fall away. You are going to lose people. I need to prepare you for this, because when it happens, you are going to be tempted to chase them. You are going to think you did something wrong. You are going to try to apologize to get them back. Do not do it. When you ask God for growth, you are also asking for pruning. You cannot have one without the other. Dead leaves must fall for new fruit to grow. There are people in your life right now who are essentially scaffolding. Scaffolding is useful when you are building the building. But once the building is finished, the scaffolding blocks the view. It has to be taken down. God is taking down the scaffolding. He is removing the people who were there for your history, but are not equipped for your destiny. Some of them will walk away quietly. Others will cause a scene. They will accuse you of changing. They will say, you think you are better than us now. And in a spiritual sense, you must have the courage to agree. Not that you are better as a human being, but that you are operating on a better covenant, a better promise, and a higher level of obedience. Amos chapter 3, verse 3 asks, do two walk together unless they have agreed to do so? You can no longer walk with those who are comfortable in the mud. You have been washed. You have been given wings. If you stay on the ground to please them, you are insulting the God who gave you the sky. So, how do you handle this transition without becoming bitter? How do you let go of people you love without losing your heart? There is a spiritual armor you must put on. It is not just a metaphor, it is a real, energetic field that protects your emotions from the arrows of guilt and manipulation. We are going to dress you for battle. You cannot wear the armor of a soldier and the robes of a people-pleaser at the same time. You have to choose, and today we are choosing the armor. I want you to perform a spiritual act right now. You do not need to move your hands. I want you to do this with your intention. Imagine a coat of heavy, shimmering liquid light descending from the heavens. It lands on your shoulders, Feel the weight of it. It is warm. It is solid. This is the mantle of God's favor. Now, visualize a shield appearing in front of your chest. This is not made of metal. It is made of faith. When the enemy shoots an arrow of guilt at you, when he whispers, "You are selfish for leaving them," I want you to see that arrow hitting the shield and disintegrating into dust. Ephesians chapter 6 verse 11 commands us, "Put on the full armor of God so that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes." Notice it says, take your stand. It does not say, run after people who left. When you are wearing this armor, you do not chase. You stand, and you let God bring the right people to your position. As you stand in this new power, you will notice a strange phenomenon. A deep peace will settle in your home. The drama will vanish. The chaos will silence itself. And in that silence, you will hear the sound of the next wave of your reward arriving. This is the wave that many of you have been praying for, crying for, and waiting for. We need to talk about the financial shift. For a long time, the enemy has attacked your finances. He has kept you in a cycle of just enough or almost enough. Every time you saved a little money, something broke and took it away. This was a strategic attack to keep you distracted. If you are worried about bills, you cannot focus on your kingdom assignment. But the power God is rewarding you with includes the power to break the spirit of poverty. Deuteronomy chapter 8 verse 18 says, "But remember the Lord your God, for it is He who gives you the ability to produce wealth." He gives you the ability. That word in Hebrew implies a force, a substance, a power. You are not just getting money, you are getting the magnetic power to attract resources. Why now? Because God has tested your character. He saw that you stayed faithful when you had nothing. He saw that you were generous even when you were hurting. He knows that money will not change you. It will only amplify who you already are. And because you are a giver, God is about to make you a distributor. Get ready for unexpected checks in the mail. Get ready for debts to be cancelled mysteriously. Get ready for ideas that will generate income while you sleep. This is not luck. This is the wealth of the wicked being stored up for the righteous. The transfer is beginning. But listen to me closely. This part is critical. When the resources start flowing, and they will, you must treat them with the same secrecy as your dreams. Do not flash your blessings. Do not post your victory on social media for the world to envy. The evil eye is real. Jealousy is a spirit that can block the flow. Be a stealth bomber, blessing people in secret, tithing in secret, building your empire in the quiet. You are almost fully activated. You have the diagnosis. You have the discernment. You have the silence. You have the armor. And you have the key to wealth. But there is one final dangerous trap that catches the chosen one right at the moment of coronation. It is the trap that took down Samson. It is the trap that took down Saul. And if you do not seal this last gate, everything you have gained in this video could leak out in a single moment of weakness. I need to give you the final warning. This is the instruction that separates the princes from the pretenders. Are you ready to receive the crown? The trap is simple, but it is deadly. It is the trap of spiritual pride. When the miracles start happening, and they will when the money comes, when the enemies fall, you will be tempted to say, "Look what I did." You will be tempted to look down on the people who are still struggling. You will be tempted to use your new authority to get revenge on those who mocked you. Stop. If you do that, you cut the cord. The power you hold is borrowed. It belongs to the Most High. You are just the vessel. If the vessel tries to become the source, it shatters. Think of a garden hose. It carries the water, but it does not create the water. If the hose kinks itself because it wants to hold on to the water, the pressure builds up and the hose bursts. God is trusting you with this power because He believes you will use it to pull others up, not push them down. You are not being armed to be a tyrant. You are being armed to be a liberator. James chapter 4 verse 10 tells us, "Humble yourselves before the Lord, and He will lift you up." The higher you go, the lower you must stay. The more power you get, the more you must serve. That is the paradox of the kingdom. If you can keep your heart pure when your bank account is full, then there is no limit to how far God will take you. So, here is the deal. God is ready to sign the contract. He is ready to hand over the keys to the kingdom. But before we seal this forever in the next segment, you must physically and spiritually accept the mantle. We are going to perform the coronation right now. This is the moment your spirit has been waiting for since you were a child. I want you to shift your posture. Even if you are lying in bed, even if you are driving, straighten your spine. Lift your chin slightly, not in arrogance, but in recognition of who you are. Imagine that the roof above you is opening up. A beam of pure white light is shining down, illuminating only you. Slowly descending from that light is a crown. It is not a crown of gold, it is a crown of glory. It is made of the heavy, weighty presence of God. Feel it descending. Feel it touching the top of your head. It is heavy, isn't it? That is the weight of responsibility. That is the weight of glory. As it settles on your head, I want you to feel your identity shifting. The victim is dead. The black sheep is dead. The outcast is dead. Risen in their place is the king. Risen is the queen. Risen is the son and daughter of the Most High God. Revelation chapter 3 verse 11 says, "I am coming soon." Hold on to what you have, so that no one will take your crown. You are wearing it now. Do not let the world knock it off. Do not let your old habits knock it off. You are royalty. Walk like it. Talk like it. But listen to me closely. A crown that is placed upon a head can still fall off if it is not secured. Saul lost his crown. Samson lost his strength. Why? Because they did not seal the covenant. The atmosphere is heavy right now because we are approaching the final step. The enemy is trembling because he knows what comes next. He knows that once we place the seal of God upon this activation, He can never touch you again. You are standing at the threshold of a new life. The door is open, the crown is on your head, the armor is on your chest, but there is one final act required to lock this reality into your timeline permanently. We need to close the gate behind you so you can never go back to the pain. We need to waterproof your spirit. Prepare yourself. The final prayer is not a request. It is a decree that will echo through eternity. Now, I want you to close your eyes, if it is safe to do so. We are going to put the wax seal on the envelope of your destiny. In the ancient world, a decree was not law until the king pressed his signet ring into the wax. The crown is on your head. The armor is on your body. Now, receive the seal upon your spirit. Father, in the mighty name of Jesus, I stand in agreement with the chosen one, listening to my voice right now. I decree and declare that the season of testing is officially over. The season of reward has begun. I seal their mind against the lies of the enemy. I seal their emotions against the spirit of fear. I seal their body against every attack of infirmity. Ephesians chapter 1 verse 13 says, When you believed, you were marked in him with a seal, the promised Holy Spirit. Lord, I activate that mark right now. Let it shine so brightly in the spirit realm that darkness flees before they even enter the room. I activate the gifts lying dormant inside them. I command their spiritual eyes to open. I command their spiritual ears to hear. I command their hands to prosper in everything they touch. I rebuke every monitoring spirit assigned to their bloodline. You have no authority here. This is a child of the King. Back down. I sever every soul tie to the past. I cut every cord of guilt, every cord of shame, and every cord of poverty. I release the angels of provision to go before them and make the crooked paths straight. I release the anointing of the cycle breaker to shatter every chain that has held their family captive. It is done. It is established. It is irrevocable. Chosen one, take a deep breath. Do you feel that? That shift in the atmosphere? That is the feeling of a closed contract. You are not the same person who clicked on this video 20 minutes ago. You have been upgraded. You have been armed. You have been crowned. And now you have been sealed. But wait. Do not scroll away yet. The seal is set, but the instruction is not finished. There is one final secret I must share with you, and this is perhaps the most practical advice you will ever receive. It is what I call the maintenance manual for your new anointing. You see, receiving power is one thing, keeping it is another. The moment you click off this video, you are going to step back into the matrix. The atmosphere of this digital sanctuary will fade, and the noise of the world will try to rush back in. Your phone will ring. The dog will bark. A family member will ask you for something. And tomorrow morning, you will wake up. And here is the prophecy I am giving you right now. When you wake up tomorrow, you might not feel powerful. You might feel normal. You might even feel heavier than before. The enemy loves to attack the morning after a victory. He wants you to think, oh, it was just a video. Nothing changed. I am still the same old me. That is a lie. Do not fall for the morning amnesia. The Bible warns us in 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8. Be alert and of sober mind. Your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, looking for someone to devour. He is looking for the person who dropped their shield the moment the battle seemed over. So, I am going to give you the daily protocol. This is how you maintain your frequency for the next 24 hours and the next 24 years. We are going to install a new operating system for your morning. From now on, the first 5 minutes of your day are sacred ground. The moment your eyes open, before you check your phone, before you check the news, before you check your texts, you must check your spirit. Do not let the world imprint its chaos on you before you have imprinted God's peace on yourself. I want you to use this specific mental trigger. It is called the morning anchor. Tomorrow, when you wake up, while you are still lying in bed, I want you to visualize that crown we just placed on your head. Feel its weight again. Remind yourself, I am on assignment. I am not a civilian. I am a soldier. Then, say this simple phrase in your mind. You do not have to speak it out loud if you share a room. Say, I am online. I am aligned. I am protected. This sets the tone. You are telling your subconscious that you are operating from the spirit, not the flesh. Throughout the day, you will encounter friction. That is guaranteed. A coworker will be rude. Traffic will be bad. A bill will arrive. In the past, you would have reacted. You would have gotten angry, or sad, or fearful. You would have given your power away to the external event. But now, you have the power of the pause. This is the second law of your new life. Between the trigger and your reaction, there is a space. In that space lies your freedom. When something tries to upset you, I want you to visualize that vault we built earlier. See the annoyance going into the vault and the door slamming shut. Do not let it enter your heart. Keep your heart pure. Proverbs chapter 4 verse 23 tells us, "Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it." If you let the poison in, the power flows out. So, become a gatekeeper. Be ruthless about your peace. If something costs you your peace, it is too expensive. And finally, we must talk about the nightly release. You are a sponge. Because you are a chosen one, you are an empath. You absorb energy from people all day long. You absorb their pain, their unspoken fears, their anxiety. If you go to sleep with all that foreign energy in your system, you will have nightmares. You will wake up tired. You need to wash your spirit, just like you wash your body. Tonight, before you sleep, I want you to perform the return to sender. Lie in bed. Close your eyes. Scan your body. Do you feel heaviness in your chest, tension in your shoulders? That is not yours. That belongs to the world. In your mind, imagine gathering all that heavy, grey smoke from your body into a ball in your hands. And then visualize yourself blowing it away, sending it back to where it came from. Say, "I return everything that is not mine. I call back all the energy I gave away. I am whole." Psalm chapter 4 verse 8 says, "In peace I will lie down and sleep. For you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety." This creates a clean slate for God to download new instructions into your dreams. Chosen one, you now have the complete blueprint. You have the diagnosis, you have the cure, you have the weapons, you have the seal, and you have the maintenance plan. There is nothing left for me to teach you in this session. The rest is up to you. You have to walk it out. But know this, you are never walking alone. Even when the valley gets dark, even when the path gets lonely, the host of heaven is marching beside you. The same God who parted the Red Sea is clearing the traffic in your life. You are the Joseph of your family. You are the Esther of your generation. You were saved for such a time as this. Do not doubt your value, do not doubt your sanity, and never, ever doubt your God. The world is about to see what happens when a chosen one finally stops apologizing and starts reigning. Now, I need you to do one final thing to solidify this contract. This is your signature on the decree we just made. If you receive this power, and if you accept the responsibility that comes with it, I want you to type the number 777 inches, the comments below. 777 is the number of God's perfection and completion. By typing it, you are telling the physical world and the spiritual world, I accept my assignment. I am ready. Do not just watch. Act. Type 777, seal it. I love you. I am praying for you. And I am cheering for you from the spirit realm. This is your time. This is your turn. This is your victory. It is finished.